wanted to make sure that the people in Bastogne know that the 101st had more than Easy Company, the 506. And because of that, of their story, the rest of the division is forgotten.
Yes, that's what Robert told me.
And there's the stories of 530 101st men in here who tell their stories, and I fitted them together, and you'll find out that they fit together real well. I just am so upset that when I came here and I saw that monument to Easy Company, I said, this does not belong here. You're forgetting First Battalion, A, B, and C. They were the ones who did the fighting on the very first 2 days, on the 19th and 20th and 21st, yes. And when they fought their way out of Noville, and but I want to tell you how they later on actually the mayor or the let's see, just coming out of a car like that, and after such a miserable week or 2 or 3 days, it's hard for me to put my words together, but these soldiers were the first to come into Noville, and the 10th Armored Division was going to pull out because they felt that the Germans were going to take them over, and so they said, hold on, we're sending a battalion of paratroopers up there to help you out. And those guys, they didn't even have ammunition when they left Mormelon. They had turned in all their ammunition and their clothing, and so they were with summer garb and nothing to shoot. And when they got to Foy, they could hear gunfire in the distance, and their colonel, Major Laprade, went up ahead, and he says, we are on our way up here, but we don't have any bullets. Yes. And can you send us some bullets? And so the armament officer for the 10th Armored took his truck down with rifle bullets, ammunition for the grenades, and the bazookas, shells, and mortar shells, and when they went up into Noville, the people who were there defending, they were so amazed to see these men come running into combat, and the B Company went to the left up on a hill, C Company went on the right up on another hill, and A Company went into the center of town.
I just wanted to ask you a question because of the Easy Monument, because you told me that you were pretty upset.
Yes, that there's a monument to the 101st, supposedly, in what's that little town? Foy, and it's signed to the Easy Company of the 506. That was only one little company in the 101st. We had thousands of other men, and everybody who has seen the movie Band of Brothers thinks that this is the way the 101st fought, and that is not true. And that's one of the reasons why I came here today, was to remind people that we had a lot of other soldiers, and they should be given credit because they were the ones who really stopped the Germans as they were coming down from Noville, and they were the first ones to attack against the Germans. And remember, I told you when they came to Foy, they didn't have any bullets, they didn't have any grenades, they didn't have any ammunition of any kind, and so their commander drove to Noville in his jeep and says, "We would be willing to come here and fight, but we don't have any bullets." And so he came down with a truck and he unloaded all those bullets and grenades beside the road. And as the men came by, they picked up their supply of ammunition. Then they went to war. That was the way that they actually started. And when they arrived in Noville, the 10th Armored Division man, he was so amazed because they were running, and they ran up to the hills on either side and into the town, and that's how they started to stop the Germans. And it wasn't just the 101st. The 101st was helped there by the 10th Armored Division and the 705th tank destroyers. So we have to give credit where credit is due. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Please, George, could you repeat your request about...
Oh yes, you remember? Just tell it every 10 years or every 5 years. Okay, go ahead.
When I first came to see that monument, it was in the year 10-4. Was that 10-4 that I came to see the...
Probably, I'm not sure.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
and with Premadano and three men from Easy Company.
Yeah.
And they were standing... yes, yeah. And I looked at the memorial, and I said, this is one for one company.
Yeah.
I said, this is the 101st Airborne Division fought here, but this place right here was 1st Battalion, and they came in there on I think it was the 19th, and then
19, yes.
and then they had to pull out and get into the hills because the Germans were shooting down at them, and so this is not the right place for.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Yes.